Hello everyone, this is Maki. The year 2025 has started and some time has already passed. Christmas feels like it was a long time ago, doesn't it? Speaking of Christmas, war in the pocket becomes a hot topic every year. The battle between the Gundam and the Zaku takes place on Christmas. It's December 25 with Universal Century 0079. It's really the work that first comes to mind when we talk about Christmas in the Gundam series. However, the most important aspect of war in the pocket isn't Christmas. This time, I'd like to analyze that element. The key word is lies. It's the main theme of this work. The song that plays over the credits is called Distant Memory. The opening lyrics of this song are, "On nights when I told lies, I felt scared and couldn't sleep." The word lies appears right at the beginning of the end theme. War in the pocket is filled with examples of lies. Let's look at a few examples. First, there's the commander's statement about sending reinforcements to the Cyclops team. He claims, "I will assign an excellent soldier," but in fact the reinforcement turns out to be Bernard Wiseman, an inexperienced rookie. Of course, being assigned as a mobile suit pilot could be considered a mark of excellence. But compared to the Cyclops team, who have fought relentlessly on the front lines, it's clear that Bernie lacks skill. Alfred also tells many lies. He brags to his classmate Dorothy, "I've seen a mobile suit," which is a lie. Another boy in his class claims, "I got these military patches from a relative in the army," but this also turns out to be a lie when Dorothy buys the same patches from a toy store and exposes him. Al often makes up stories. When he sneaks into the airport, he tells an employee, "I'm just looking for the bathroom," which is a lie. Later, he tells his friends, "I asked my dad to show me around the airport, but I didn't see any Federation soldiers." As mentioned earlier, Al was trespassing. Even when Christina finds him sneaking out at night, he lies again saying, "I'm just going on a test of courage with some friends." The Cyclops team also lies a lot when they infiltrate the space colony. They use false names and identities and lie about the contents of the cargo on their freighter. Lies come into play when Al is looking for Bunny. He lies to the police, claiming I was the victim of a hit and run to get their help. Of course, the Cyclops team also lies in their interactions with the police. When Al sees Misha armed with a handgun, he anticipates a serious incident. To prevent this, Al tells a double lie, claiming I lied to find my cousin's older brother. When Steiner recognizes Al as part of their group, he gives him the Cyclops team patch. But even that is a lie. The patch contains a hidden listening device that they use to monitor Al. Later, when Barney meets Chris by chance, he lies again saying, "I'm Al's cousin." The story contains countless instances of deception. Another memorable lie occurs when Al draws pictures of the Cyclops team members. Barney looks at the drawings and smiles, clearly amused. Finally, there's a scene in which Al and Barney are shown standing side by side like brothers in another drawing. Barney looks at it and says, "This is terrible." But his expression is bright and cheerful, in contrast to his critical words. The Cyclops team continues to tell numerous lies as they maintain their cover as non-military personnel during their infiltration. The element of lies becomes a major turning point in the story. One of the most famous lies occurs when Barney talks to a Federation soldier and claims, "I'm from Sydney, Australia. The city should be covered in snow this time of year." However, late December in Sydney is not snowy, it is summer. This lie is exposed by the Federation soldier, triggering a significant shift in the narrative. The story, filled with countless lies, takes a dramatic turn when one is exposed. The theme of lies being exposed reappears. Barney lies to Steiner saying the destruction of the Gundam was successful. But Steiner replies before his death, "You're a terrible liar." Lies continue to occur throughout the story. A particularly striking moment occurs when Barney hands over a video and a letter prepared in case their mission fails, saying, "I don't think we'll need this." However, when the video is later shown, Barney states, "I'm probably going to die." They say I don't need it, but in their hearts they understand that I will need it. So it's a lie. While it's not technically a lie, the scene where Barney repairs the Zaku is worth noting. After acquiring a heat hawk and grenades, Al appears alive and cheerful. In contrast, Barney's face, shrouded in shadow, is somber and dejected. And did you notice? The title of episode 5 is "Barney, Please Say It's a Lie." The word lie even appears in the episode title itself. And so Barney Zaku challenges the Gundam to battle. As the operation begins, Al receives news that Zeon's nuclear strike team has been captured by Earth's Federation forces. The original purpose of the mission, to fight the Gundam, no longer exists. At this moment, the whole operation becomes a lie. Finally, the words that many fans will never forget are shouted by Al. "Barney, you don't have to fight anymore." Did you notice? Those words are not a lie. They are the truth. After this plea, the battle between the Zaku and the Gundam comes to an end. Just like the element of lies being discovered, the story takes a major turn with the introduction of an element that is the polar opposite of all lies, namely telling the truth. Have you ever wondered about the title of War in the Pocket? The full title is Mobile Suit Gundam 0080 Pocket War. The confrontation between the Zaku and the Gundam takes place on December 25, 0079. The war between the Principality of Zeon and the Earth's Federation officially ends on January 1, 0080. The final battle at the Space Fortress ends with Zeon's surrender on the afternoon of December 31, 0079. Most of the story takes place in 0079. So is the title 0080 itself a lie? That is up to each fan's interpretation. Al cannot tell anyone about his experiences with Barney. He has to live with the truth that he was involved in an event that cost many lives and threatened the peace of the colony. Al enters the new year with the burden of these lies. Perhaps we can see this as Al carrying the war in his pocket. And so he enters Universal Century 0080. In the end, we see Al holding a banner that says Happy New Year with his school friends. He smiles at the camera, as do the others. But whether that smile is real or a lie is something anyone who has seen the story can intuitively understand. For Al, the real battle begins in the year 0080. To end the story here would leave us with a profoundly bleak and unsatisfying conclusion. I mentioned earlier that pivotal moments in history are marked by the revelation of truths. Think back to Barney's video letter. In it, Barney tells Al, "You must not hate or resent the soldiers of the Earth's Federation." These words seem to reflect Barney's true feelings. How How does Ao react to this? Ao learns that the pilot of the Gundam is Chris. When Chris mentions that she's been transferred to Earth, Ao talks to her as casually as ever. He lies and says Bunny would miss you and want to see you. Although Ao is lying, he has no hatred for Chris. Without Bunny's words, Ao might have been consumed by resentment toward the Earth Federation and Chris. But Bunny's heartfelt wish his truth may have changed Ao's life. While it's true that Christmas marks a significant turning point in War in the Pocket, perhaps the real battle begins with the arrival of the new year. How do you feel about this interpretation? As we welcome a new year, revisiting War in the Pocket could be a meaningful experience. Thank you for watching to the end. See you next time.